before you...
We didn't even plan that together. It just happened.
I'm going to
Anyways.
introduce.
Okay.
I'm
Since
going
we're all
to
here-
introduce to you. Hans.
Since we're all here and we're all ready, welcome back to Tomb of Annihilation. Where we last left off, the party was one day out of Oralanga, where they were ambushed by a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which unfortunately bit your companion La-gone-tah in half and dragged one half of her body away, leaving you a member down. You made camp for the night in an unusual amount of quiet and thoughtfulness that you wouldn't normally expect from your group, as you rise the following morning to find that there's no rain. And it's going to be a nice cool day for once.
Woo! I mean, I can't narrow down. What did I miss? What did you guys do?
Well, we had first blood.
Literally that, we got ambushed by a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and La-gone-tah got killed by massive damage.
Through
Why is every
never-ending
I'm not
endurance.
there?
Or an
God.
unending endurance.
Stop being not there!
Well, I was working. I can't help
Stop
it.
working!
I'm sorry, I have a life.
Stop living! I mean, no, wait, there's a flaw in this
that's
plan.
you. You're the one that died.
Jesus.
Wow,
okay,
Hobbit.
so... Anyways, where are we? Okay, so we're like right there.
Yep.
We're waking up from camp, or
Yes, you rise in the morning, the sun is out, it's a nice cool day with no rain for once.
I break camp. Well, I break my tent.
Check the
Why?
traps.
You need to stay in it tomorrow.
Well, not that kind of break.
I'll check the hunting traps and then stow them away in back holding if there's nothing in it.
There is not.
And I'll assist in breakfast and breaking camp.
Okay. Does anyone say anything, or are you just doing it in silence?
It's not like I really have anything to say aside from, casual chit-chat or, like, hey, want tea, or that kind of stuff.
Have we at least done a burial for half a body?
No, we had to just...
Yeah.
I don't think I'm interested in keeping her legs. Thank you very much.
I am not touching this at all.
No, you're not.
You'd be pretty
Oh
sick
god,
if you did.
no, you're not.
But no, I'll also be in quite solemn quietness as well.
Okay. And for the benefit of Angren, do you want to catch him up on everything that was found in Oralanga last week?
Oh, Jesus, now we're talking.
Is any of it important to me, or is it just party stuff that you've all got?
It's...
Time.
For the most part, if you ever go back to the TOA to-do list, everything that was important has been added and included into this.
Okay.
The main points for you to know right now is that we're on a mission to kill a Yuan-ti warlord called Razmasi. Before we get rid of the death curse so that it is permanently dead, we also have roughly 100 days, once the death curse hits 100 days, give or take, bad shit hits the fan. So we're on even more of a time frame than we were previously.
Well, then what are we talking for? Let's go, let's go.
What do you think I'm breaking camp? Like, if you wake up, I break camp.
Okay. Then you break camp and begin your journey for the day. It's a little weird not having the figure of La-gone-tah helping you pick your way through the jungle, but it doesn't take long into the day until you hear coming from off to the east. Well, Miya, what do they hear?
Shit, no, please, no, please no.
Kill the
And-
fire.
And coming out from the east, you see. Well, would you like to describe yourself?
You see a woman. Well, you know how we keep calling Meiril very pale, like city boy? Yeah, he looks very tan next to her. Her skin is completely white,
Sheesh.
and so is her hair.
Carry on.
And she's wearing what is she wearing? I can't remember. Armor. She's wearing armor. She has a rapier in one hand and a shield in the other, and she looks like she's been running for a while.
And
She's
looks like-
exhausted.
and on her heels, you see two of these things. I'm gonna move you over, and I would like everybody to please roll initiative.
So she's wearing studded
Sure.
leather armor. That's it.
This I can do. I'm
Can
just
somebody roll for me?
I'm on it.
Oops. Have a turn tracker.
He's on it.
Although it'll still be 15 to 20 minutes until I get home.
I don't have access to Angren sheet.
Oh, I'll fix that.
Initiative is 3, so that's. Can you add me, please?
Damn, I rolled like shit.
Alright,
Gosh
so-
darn it.
Guys, there's too many campaigns. Is this the one I'm a paladin? Or
no,
the
this is
cleric?
the one you're a cleric.
You're a
Cleric,
cleric.
right?
You're a cleric.
Yeah, that's the one, I'm a
Cleric.
cleric in this one. Okay.
Umbra, I've given you control over Angren.
Ah, cheers.
No, we don't play the one where I'm a paladin anymore. Oh yeah.
That's a lot of 19s.
Oh, darn it. There we go.
Let me guess, I got a 1.
I haven't managed to roll for you yet because technical difficulties. Oh, that was close to another 19.
I'm amazed there was no reaction to seeing these things, to what these things look like.
I mean, we kind of had to focus on initiative, but
They
I've
are-
taken a
they are-
very, very ready stand.
They
Cora,
are
what's your
kinda-
initiative score?
You'll have to repeat because Umbra was talking.
19.
Yeah, I got a 19.
So your dexterity. Sorry.
She has a +1 on her initiative. You can see on the roll. Initiative 1.
And
minus,
what's
plus
your
3.
dexterity score?
Mine is +3.
Okay, you act just before the Camadons. So, initiative order.
Needs to get resorted.
Yep. Initiative order for this battle is going to be Mercy, Morana, the Camadons, Cora, Angren, Moral, Meiril. And also you guys need to add River and Flask.
Who's
Um,
leading those?
You're all forbidden from creating characters with names beginning with M, by the way.
I'll take River.
So, as a note, Mercy, you're up first.
I'll take Flask.
These are large monstrosities.
Oh, they're not beasts then.
They are monstrosities.
Okay, I'll pew pew this one.
Alrighty. Go for it. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, I have advantage. Anyway.
Okay.
And again. Because we leveled up.
Yeah, hits. Ow.
9, and this time it's one that's so... that.
Ow. That hurt a little bit.
I will step back a bit.
Morana.
I'm gonna go hide behind the guy in armor.
That's you,
Is
by the
that me
way.
by any chance?
Yes.
That is such a contrast of personality. I love it.
I'm like, oh my god, oh, god! Oh, thank you, my queen. And I'm gonna cure wounds myself at level 2.
I just turned my head. I'm a guy, not a queen.
Okay.
Oh, that sucked. 5, 8 plus. My wisdom is 4, right? Yes. So
Get ready, Angren. These things are getting to be a bit close to us.
Oh, I'm ready. I have a meat shield behind me. I mean, I have a new friend behind me.
Okay. Then it's the Cameron's turn. First one's gonna.
Added to the initiative, by the way, whoever's controlling Flask.
Oh yeah, Flask. Okay, Flask will say. Yeah, you didn't click on him first.
oh shit. Whoops.
Language.
Whoops,
I said
I
shit.
almost said his initiative to 65. That would have been bad.
That would have been very interesting.
Does that mean he goes 5 times before everyone else?
River will take his turn after her turn after this. The other Cameron is actually going to come over here. I'm going to start with the action of the Cameron over by you, Meryl. It's going to make its claw attack at you.
Great.
What's your AC?
16.
Misses. And it's going to attack with its snakes against you, Moral.
Okay. Before that, though, I raise my AC to 20 with
Okay.
a shield.
Okay, yeah, with your shield, you managed to block that completely.
Oh, good.
Can everyone except Meryl please make me a Constitution saving throw as the Cameron to the north seems to exhale some gas from its mouth?
No, not again.
I am glad I have.
Ugh.
16.
Oh my god, no. Care to tell me how much damage I take?
I'm just waiting for Flask.
Oh, right.
I'm waiting for Flask and Angren.
Yeah, sorry.
And Morana. Oh no, Morana, you're
Mo-
good.
Morana is a 6.
And Angren. Okay.
Just went out. Ray, that's a Constitution check, not a Constitution save.
Yes. Okay. Moral and River are unconscious for the next 10 minutes. You fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
In come the coup de grace.
This is bad.
Someone get them awake!
Like, what kind of sleep is it? Is it magic or is it? No, it's not magic. In that case, it would have been wool.
It's sleep gas.
Yeah, so it's chemical.
Yeah. Cora.
The one. Okay. This one. Wait, did I do it right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. She's gonna. That's the one who did the gas, right?
No, the one to the north did the gas. The one to the south just leapt in and nom.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move over.
River's asleep.
There?
Yeah, sleep.
And
Yeah,
I'm
but River
gonna
should have taken the
shoot.
move before he fell asleep.
Yeah, she should
True.
have had her move before.
Sorry, go ahead, Cora.
Working on one screen here, so this is easy. Okay. I am going to step over there. Like, you call that gas? I'll show you what I have, honey.
Dear God.
And it's still not.
Okay. Make your ranged spell attack.
What's that?
Be a d20 plus proficiency plus wisdom?
Plus
Spellcasting.
Dex.
No,
Ranged spell attack.
wisdom.
Oh.
This isn't Pathfinder.
Then it's a straight wisdom check.
No, because proficiency.
No, it's plus proficiency
Oh, yeah,
plus
true.
wisdom. It's her
And-
spell attack bonus.
And this is why you set such spells to attack rather than output.
Let me.
I might have it attack. Oh no, I don't on this one because this one is not in the companion.
It's +5. It's +5.
Okay, 1d20 plus
roll a
5.
D20 plus 5.
Okay, one person at a time. What was that?
1d20 plus 5.
The anticipation is.
That one.
Yeah, that hits.
15 plus 5.
That's not bad.
44 acid damage.
Yep.
So that hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So 44 acid damage.
No.
4d4. Yes.
Not 44. That would be pretty
If only, if only.
pretty OP actually.
Oh, that it works.
Yeah, you will attack the slash first. There we go. Okay, 12 points of acid damage.
And
And immediately, and 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Angren.
Wait, let's do River first.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, you guys are going to continue complaining.
Yeah, that's true.
River would have. Yeah, sure.
So that's before they moved.
Yeah,
Misses.
this. Okay, again.
I wonder if that hits. Nat 20.
Nice. Makes up for the miss.
Come on.
Okay. Now it's Angren.
I would like to make a trip attack on whoever's behind me and throw them at the enemy.
Poor Morana.
No. If I've got spells to wake people up, use them. If not, charge and attack.
Let's see if there's anything.
I wonder if lesser restoration might work?
Ooh. Can I attack? Am I in range?
You're like,
You can move and attack.
move
Can I
5
move and
feet
attack?
and be in range.
Okay,
Yeah.
do that and use Grievous Wounds.
Uh,
Mean inflict, right?
At first level or second level?
Second? I
Alright.
don't know, I'm not in front of my computer. I don't know what I've got.
As in, do you want to cast
You have
Inflict Wounds at a
everything.
higher level?
Yes, sure, why not?
Oops.
Yay.
Okay.
How much can it be cast at a higher level?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes, it can.
Yeah, it
It's
can.
an extra D10, so...
this is gonna suck.
Oh, yeah, actually, okay.
Ow!
Oh, what happened?
He nat
you-
20.
8
That's
plus
20.
5, 18 plus 17. Because I crit for you.
You correct for me.
It's outright dead.
You just killed it!
I'm gonna go ahead and say I am really happy that Moril's asleep.
Just
Uh,
charge, run, jump here.
Moral is
Start
asleep.
swinging.
Yeah, no con check to try and wake up, I guess.
Meryl.
Which is a little bit of a shame that I am asleep, actually.
Alright. Seeing the absolute spectacle of what just happened in front of me,
Rawr.
I'm going to move
Guys,
not
this
all
is
the way
easy.
around to its flank, but
Yeah.
it to here.
Do you never?
No, he
It's like
doesn't.
you and the ogre. I'm gonna be on the opposite side of my allies.
It's called flanking! And I am going, well, first off, just an unarmed, or 2 unarmed strikes first.
Okay. Don't you have to
That one
hit to
missed.
do those?
What?
Never mind. Sorry. Go, carry on.
Yeah, I have to roll to hit. 19?
Yeah, hits.
I'm gonna spend a key point as well to make it a stunning attack.
Oh god. What does it have to do?
DC 13.
DC 13 con save.
Yep.
That's a 17 on the dice.
Okay, so it doesn't get stunned.
But it has a -5.
Why would it have a -5?
Let it happen.
Anyway, it doesn't get stunned.
It doesn't get stunned. Bonus action. This thing is a... Oh, it did take some damage.
Sam.
It's about.
Bonus action to flurry of blows. No, actually, no. I get an offhand strike anyway for an arm strike. I'm not going to spend any key points. I'm just going to use my bonus action to hit it one more time.
Okay.
Which misses.
No, you're not.
Ah. Okay.
Flask.
You punch it in the wrong direction.
Flask is gonna pew pew.
Okay.
I guess they both hit.
Yeah.
Because 20 total, both.
Yep.
For 9 and 8 piercing damage.
17. Nice. Looks bloody. Messy. Unless Fast wants to move.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a no.
Yeah.
Does Fast want to move?
No.
Okay, Mercy.
Pew pew. Yes.
Oh
Okay.
wow!
And you complain about my dice.
What's the opposite of snake eyes?
That is opposite snake eyes, yes.
Mercy. How do you want to do this?
I want the how's it called? Help.
Arrow?
Thank you. The arrow to go through its mouth all the way through a snake.
Jesus Christ.
Your arrow shoots through its open mouth as it turns to try and bite at Meiril. And you see it go through the side of its head, impale one of the snakes, and the Cameron falls over dead.
Can I, because I'm on the other side of it, can I get to deflect, to try and catch the missile?
Oh, it stopped inside the snake.
Ah. Someone wake the others up. What? Why were those things chasing you? Why were you here anyway?
Who are you?
Can I just get...
I imagine
Come on,
Angren will
Dad.
kick Moral asleep, by the way, since he's not
Please.
actually here.
I've been running for so long. They attacked my group. They killed everyone. Oh. I sit on the ground. They're all dead.
Comes up with her flask and just dumps it over the chick's head. Calm down. Ain't nothing in this forest that worked out getting up and get sad about, because tomorrow it might be worse. And she just literally has dumped water over the person's head.
Why am I wet? Who are you guys? Thank you, but who are you?
I'm sorry, but I really don't. Part of me wants to take that out of context, but part of me does not want to. Carry on. I'm sorry.
We need to wake the others up as well.
Oh, cool! I got that too. I had a little water left over. She goes over to who else is asleep?
Moral and
River-
River is.
By this point, Moral and River have probably been woken up.
Oh, it's okay. She's still gonna go take the water and dump it over Meiril.
What?
Wait.
Hey!
She does it, saying, "Oh, you're awake. Oh, well, have a refreshing shower then." And walks away.
Do I smell?
Not at all moral.
Are you sure?
No, that was a lie. We all smell. We've been in this
Um,
goddamn jungle for way too long.
Yeah,
You were saying,
That's
Morana?
fine. Now, when the enemies come for you, you smell like the surrounding city, boy.
I'll take your word on that one. And okay.
Morana, you were saying before you were interrupted.
By water on my face.
I don't think it was just
These things, they... They killed my whole party. There were 4 of them. And just... They chased me for so long. And they're all dead.
What again? Not
Everything is
20 on
dead.
something still in the books.
So wait,
I've insight on if that's true.
these things, Chase?
She seems to be telling
your
the
group?
truth.
What were you doing here?
Okay, well, over and, is there any time like, no, there is, you know, being over and saying does not mean
Ray, you are far too laggy for us to understand you.
I
Is
was,
anyone understanding Robot Ray?
Nope.
I
Nope.
thought that was me.
Nope.
I'm in a bad area.
Yeah. Sorry about that, I guess.
I'll take you off of this map now if everyone's awake.
Thank you.
Hi.
There we go.
Okay. Goes over the third time. Cora walks over and just kind of looks at the new person and is like, you know, repeating the same thing over and over again is not going to solve anything, and it's not going to make it different. And if you think it does, then I read somewhere that makes you insane. So, welcome to the party, because we're all insane, apparently.
Actually, I didn't realize that that idiom made it to this island. It's quite an old one from the mainland.
Chort is a peninsula.
It's an island to me.
Well, I'm sorry for being a bit out of it, for being chased for about an hour after watching my friends and my brother die.
Wait, these things seriously chased you for an hour? Damn, that's person.
I don't know. Maybe half an hour. I don't know. I've been running.
I offer my hand out to bring you back to your feet.
Thank you.
Well, we ought to be getting ourselves going, don't we?
We need to keep moving. We don't really have much time on our hands. I'm
Yeah,
denying
let-
the
Yep.
luxury.
Let's head out.
Yeah, we'll explain on the way what we're doing. It involves a curse and going to our depths and dinosaurs eating us. And yeah, just come on. Just, yeah.
What?
Well,
Wait. She's coming with us?
She
I
can't be
mean,
left
you
on her
gonna
own.
leave her out here in the forest? I mean, I'm not even a people person, and I know leaving people out in the forest is just meaning for them to die. So,
Yeah, and she left her brother behind.
She's
I'm
sort
What kind of person does that?
gonna go ahead and say, whatever. We should keep going, and if she wanna tag along, she can do whatever the heck she wants.
She's here, you know.
they do this a lot. My
Yeah?
apologies. We
I
should-
know you're here, and you can
I
come
didn't
along.
leave my brother to die. I left my brother being eaten. There was nothing I could do.
Well,
Funny
aren't
you
you a
should
lovely
say
family
eat.
member?
I'm actually gonna go ahead and say, you know,
There
it's
was
funny
nothing
that you
I
say
could
eaten.
do.
You know, it's funny that you should say eaten. Let's head
How
out.
is that funny?
We've recently lost a close member of our party ourselves due to a few incidents. It's a sensitive subject, but one that you need to feel guilty for. You had no idea. We should indeed head out. Feel free to come along with us. You could use the protection by the looks of things.
Umbra, did you receive my PM?
I did.
Okay.
and sensitive subject, only to a sensitive person like you. She dead. We had someone get ate by a dinosaur. That is all.
You said you were here for the curse?
I imagine we're walking and talking
Yes.
by this point now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Indeed. We were hired all together, but we've been here for quite a while now. We're a little bit of a family. Sort of.
Then I guess the Raven Queen hasn't abandoned me completely. This is also the reason my party was here.
Cool. Do you know about that lich we also need to kill, right? Which
lich?
I stupidly agreed to come along to do.
I don't think we're going to kill this lich. In fact, we're more hoping on the fact that he is actually on a different plane of existence when we arrive.
Alright. So, what was it we were gonna kill again?
An
Of course.
undead Yuan-ti warlord.
That's
Slightly
the
better.
thing. Hardly.
It's already dying. The death curse is making it weaker by the day.
Ah,
Yeah,
cool.
technically it's not undead. Miya, it had been resurrected like anyone
Yeah.
who is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
technically undead.
Okay,
Other
Monstrance,
than
what are we
curse
going
who
to
knew
do?
nothing.
Everything, or everything's gonna die if we don't do what we need to do.
We should keep
My-
our wits about us right now.
Good
Yes, I
point.
suppose we
Last
should.
good point. Just yesterday we didn't keep our wits about us and somebody got eaten.
I'll keep an eye out, and I suppose I can talk more about this subject with you when we set up camp.
Alright. As a fair warning, I've used most of my spells for the day. I don't know if I'm gonna be very useful if we get attacked again, and I'm really hoping we're not, but clearly there's a reason our path crossed. Just a question, which direction are you heading?
South.
Ow.
Okay.
Oh, and don't worry about feeling useless. Pretty boy over there is pretty much has been since I've met him, so it's okay. Anything better than him is worth it.
Wait until I need to save your own hide, Cora.
You ain't gotta save my ass.
I should
Right.
hope not.
Anyways,
You've been so busy talking and insulting each other that you almost didn't notice you walked face first into a wondrous sight. A 120-foot radius sphere of winter weather. All plants and surfaces within the sphere are covered with glittering ice and frost, and the temperature within the sphere is a biting minus 50 degrees Celsius.
so
I've had a 20 perception check as I've been walking around, to be fair.
You were
But,
distracted, I subtly gave you disadvantage.
son of a bitch.
so Meiril,
Mhm.
how willing are you to bet that Artis is here?
First thing that came to my mind as well.
I'm gonna go find out.
It's quite cold in there.
Yeah, but I'm also pretty hot.
I will take your word for that.
Oh, what, pretty boy? You don't know the fire of heat when you see one? I thought you did swing that way looking at you.
As a matter of fact, Cora, for once I'm actually being literal.
Oh, well, that's cool. I do like the heat, but no offense, you're not really my style. Those horns would just not be fun.
I'm still not talking about appearance, Cora.
Oh.
I use prestidigitation to set my skin on fire.
I slowly.
Are
put
you
my
stepping
hands-
into the sphere, Moral?
I was gonna slowly. put my hands-
I'm trying to feel how cold it is to see if
Uh,
my cloak of flame will be able to actually do anything.
Okay, as you put your hand inside, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please, against exhaustion?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't go for it.
Nope.
Speaks and runs into the cold.
Let's see. Yeah, there it is.
You instantly gain a level of exhaustion from it being that fucking cold.
Okay, I pull my hand out. You know what? I'm not hot enough.
Your fingers look like they might be frostbitten.
Well, I'm not gonna be hot for a while. Well, I'm not gonna be burning up in the forest for a while.
That was minus 50 Celsius.
Yeah, that's why I only moved my hand too
Oh.
close to it.
You
not
better
in.
clarify such things, because I'm thinking minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
No, that was Celsius.
We speak
Okay.
normal people degree. Also, he did mention Celsius.
No, I speak better degrees, so yeah.
How about we talk
that will be,
Kelvin from here on?
That would be negative 58 Fahrenheit, Ray.
Thank you.
Since
So
it,
Pretty close. Yeah.
yeah.
I suppose we're gonna have to go around then.
So that's pretty inconvenient.
Quite so.
Right.
Oh, and as a note, this effect was created by an artifact and can't be dispelled.
Figure as much. Wait. Do we know this?
No.
Or is this?
He's
is
told
this
you.
our
He's
character
told you the
information?
Ring of Winter has similar properties.
We both assumed it was Artus, and we know the ring is an artifact. In fairness.
Mm,
So, who is this artist?
we'll explain on the way.
Well, we
Let's
are
get
on the
going.
way.
Artus Simba, he comes from similar origins that I do, but he came across an artifact, a ring, if you will, a very powerful one. Can create effects like this, I imagine. When we travelled with him, he had a very significant power over cold.
You just remember it. You can't note it down on the sheet. You have, yeah, you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Okay.
So do I.
He is old, over a century at least, due to the ring, and the ring is an evil artifact from everything I know about it. Apparently, he's able to control it, or hold it at bay. He travelled with us for maybe about a week, possibly a bit too long, but he's being hunted by effectively every single living being that's sentient on this island. Again, I know it's a peninsula, I'm calling it an island. From necromancers and liches to giants to mafia members. Zentarum, if you're familiar.
I figured, yes.
To even harpers. Effectively, everyone wants that ring.
You sure have interesting friends.
I come from interesting backgrounds, and I also keep interesting friends right here, as I gesture to the party.
I can see that.
Apparently a new interesting one has fallen into our midst.
I'm not that interesting.
I beg to
Paler than
differ.
pretty boy. I ain't never seen that.
I beg to differ, Madam Frostleaf. But we should keep moving.
I don't... Did I? Do I know you?
No, but you tend to have quite a name behind you.
Okay. I mean... Yeah, I guess I don't exactly blend in a crowd, but...
No, and since I know who you are, I should say the name is Meiril O'Mara. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to
Hey,
meet you.
Meryl, little tip. You trying to pick up the lady? Don't freak her out by knowing her name before she tells There you go. It's your free piece for today. She
He
keeps
sort,
walking on.
he sort of stands upright for a moment. Cora, since this is now the third time you've mentioned this, I feel like I should probably note to you. I don't swing either way.
What?
Never mind. I continue walking.
She just shakes her head like, now she calling him plant boy.
Keep making headway, I guess.
I am totally gonna make perception checks around me to keep an eye out,
Yeah, same.
because that's. But yeah, the two people that exhausted are going to make their
Sure.
perception checks.
Do you want me to
Makes-
make a new one? Or
Yes,
I should-
please.
I'm watching Morana.
What's she done to you?
Perception
Apart from existed.
plus 7,
Yeah,
so that's
also
good.
Oh, what the heck, man? What the heck? I'm gonna roll manually from here on.
I mean, you see some small movement off in the distance, seems like some herbivore dinosaurs roaming around, but nothing much beyond that happening, and you eventually make camp at the end of the day, unmolested by anything further.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that I see an orb of winter.
I mean, behind you as you move on.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking. I know. Screw this RNGs. I'm gonna roll with my own damn hand from here on.
Even though the RNG on Roll20 is the most accurate random number in the room.
Tell that to that SKT session.
True.
So tell that to the.
Roll20 just hates you two.
Yeah, just tell that to the double nat 20. I've been rolling 2 in a row now.
You
Anyway,
mean that once.
Yeah, not once. Obviously, that's what I mean.
anyway,
Yeah.
you make camp in the evening and nothing further happens.
Okay. Set up tent. Guys, do I lose my exhaustion too, right?
You will in the long rest,
Okay, okay.
so not yet.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I can take first.
Well, everyone else is making camp, and I think there's conversations that people want to have.
Yeah, but I'm just putting it out there.
I can take whatever's watch left once we actually get to it.
I'll go last this time.
All right. Any conversation? Let's see. I'm thinking
So-
we should. Yeah. As we make camp, I make a fire with my frostbitten hand, ironically enough, and I start making tea. And I'm like, glance over at the new girl, and I'm like, right. So you want some tea?
That would be lovely, thank you.
Right. Let me melt some ice off my fingers to make some tea.
Cora is sitting by the fire and she is drawing the new girl.
Morana is giving side looks at you because she can't make heads up or tails of you.
Anyway, so I start making the tea. Anyway,
Yeah, help with the traps
Yep,
Um,
you will do as
putting-
such.
and
No,
hunt
my rain
and
catcher.
things.
Putting up my rain catcher.
do I need to roll a survival to make sure I can actually make the tea, or
No,
It-
that's just because La-gone-tah could not cook
okay?
for the life of her.
Yeah, no, you can easily make the tea, and it does already look like, now you've moved away from it, your hand is already starting to recover. It seems like the magic is powerful, but not long-lasting once you get away from it.
Okay.
You
well,
reckon
that's
you'll be back to normal by the morning.
cool? I still cloak it in my own fire with prestidigitation, by the way.
I'll come join. Once the tea's ready, I'll come join at the fire.
Yeah, I'm prepping it.
Alright. Ooh, sorry.
Cool, so I'm gonna go how to get another mug. I'll be right back.
It's fine, I have my own. Don't worry.
Okay. I like you. A little bit more now.
Alright. It's already unlocked, baby. You go on inside. I think your iPad says.
Okay. So you will sit down with the tea around the nice warm fire that Moral has so generously cooked up for you.
Because it's so difficult with prestidigitation. I'm sorry.
I was trying to
on.
make it sound more impressive than it is.
Okay. I'm just in a really just full mood today. I'm so sorry.
I'd
Well-
like to put forward, before we end up speaking of anything in the future, a small toast to La-gone-tah.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna drink my tea anyway. Whatever. So,
Guessing
I
there's an onyx.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Just got home.
So yeah, I raised my mug. And I don't actually say anything, but you know, I just raise my
Yeah,
mug,
it's-
close my eyes, and I take a sip.
Silent toast, I guess.
Yeah, to La-gone-tah.
To the ones we lost.
Turn to Morana and give a smile and a nod.
Hey, but to the ones we gained, right?
Also very true, Cora.
Hey, I get something right every once in a while.
I
Trial and error.
I suppose since I am the new one in this group, I will start with my story, given that we seem to share a goal. As you know, my name is Morana Frostleaf. I come from Waterdeep, where I've been training at the Temple of the Raven Queen. And my brother came to me with a mission. He was forming a party to head to Chult and try and sort out what is causing this death curse that, well, has my whole order baffled. So I went with him, and with a small group, we hired a guide in Port Nyansaru, and we were on our way to Harkamar. My memory, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names. We were on our way to Harkamar to help this guide with a situation there, and hopefully find clues as to, well, what is causing this death curse.
This guide. Is his name Musharib?
Yes, yes it was.
Did he make it?
He died in the attack.
He was our second choice for a guide. It's a pity he also perished.
River at this point speaks up and says, I am sorry to learn of the passing of Mushalib. Although we were competitors, he was still honourable and a good drinking companion. And she seems to, for the first time you remember, have picked up some tension, is slowly sipping it. Seems to be trying to come to terms with the fact that one of her friends is dead. And Flask looks saddened as well, just for clarity.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I think that's about it. We saw some strange things in this jungle, battled a few undead, but sadly have not really gotten any more clues.
God, I hate an undead. I hate him.
You just put a hand on
So does the Raven Queen.
Marvel's shoulder.
Maybe we can actually get along.
Cheers, mate.
Undead are an abomination.
You have interesting opinions. I like you.
Appears our paths are very much aligned now. We were on our way to Harakmar ourselves. Tried to pick up some allies before heading to Omu.
Omu?
Well, it would be a little foolish to try to do this all on our own, wouldn't it?
Very true.
What is Omu?
Which is something I seldom say, but whatever.
Omu is what we've discovered where this curse originates from.
Alright.
Make yourself comfortable. I suppose this is a story to tell of our own.
So yeah, who's next in the line of presentation, by the way? After this thing that you're gonna be pulling off, that, of course.
I suppose you've just volunteered yourself. I will try and make this brief then.
Or I could make my presentation brief and I'll let you continue.
That could also work, and probably is more fitting. Go ahead.
Sure. Name's Moral. You said you had a problem with names?
A little?
Yeah, don't
Is it
confuse me and
Moral?
him. Yeah, Moral, that's me. Meiril, that's him.
I give a wave.
Well,
Yeah, good
I
luck.
apologize in advance.
Apology accepted.
It's fine, we're twin brothers. I can understand how you get confused.
Well, it's not the people she gets confused, it's the names, but whatever.
You see her smile a little for probably the first time of the day.
Anyway, if you ever need anything set on fire, you come to me, alright?
Noted.
Cool. Right, so the story. Carry on.
Well, and the rest of us before I get onto this? So gesture towards Angren, Mercy, and Corn.
I'm Mercy.
Nice to meet you.
Indeed.
Great.
Cora, Angren.
Hi, I'm Angren. The one you hid behind earlier. Glad I could help.
I'm sorry, I panicked a little.
It's fine.
Cora stands up and wipes her hands off on her pants and kind of likes it out to shake her hand. Yeah, Cora. They picked me up here out of camp killing undead. I don't know them to, that a freaking bee knows a damn hornet, so. But yeah, I'm here. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
My what?
Acquaintance. It's when you... Not quite a friend, Cora, but someone you know. And never mind. Omu.
have a little bit of an affinity for your character. It's that's funny.
Omu, houses the soul catcher? The thing that is stealing
Soulmonger.
souls. Soulmonger? Sorry. I was just going to my notes as well, just to think, did I say that right?
Nope.
Nope. Houses the Soulmonger, a artifact or device created by the Archlich Sarawak. Currently it appears to be guarded by a group of Yuan-Ti following a warlord that has once died, been resurrected by the name of Raznasi. One of our tasks is to kill him before we take out this curse, so that Raznasi can never return. Raznasi was also a necromancer in his past life.
So definitely needs to be taken out. Alright.
I believe the death curse has been going for some time over 30 days now. We've been warned that once it reaches 100 days of being active, approximately, give or take some days, maybe some weeks, the death curse will conclude. Apparently the Soulmonger is feeding something, and after 100 days, give or take, this thing that is feeding will be full. Does not bode well. So we're on an even tighter schedule than we were once on before. Thankfully, as Sarawak is apparently on a different plane of existence at the moment, and has left his little toy, the Soulmonger, to its own devices, guarded by the Yuan-Ti and nothing more. Perhaps there might be some traps, but besides that, I'm not too sure. Either way, once we hit Omu, we should keep our wits about us even more so than in the jungle. That's effectively
Noted.
all I've got about Omu, aside from the fact its location is, from where we are, approximately south-southeast, over 200 miles. I know it's not scale, which is why I say over 200 miles.
Alright. Well, what I can tell you about Harakamar from what Mashrape told us is that it's apparently been overtaken by fire newts, which are fire elementals, and they have acquired an artifact that the albino dwarfs would like to get back, named Moradin's Gauntlet. Yes, Moradin. I should know the names of the other gods. There are so many. Moradin's Gauntlet.
I don't
I-
judge you.
I'm noting things down in my notebook as you give me this news.
And getting this back would definitely get the dwarves there to help us.
Good to know.
Right, it's getting late though, ain't it? Or are we missing out on something?
We've probably exhausted our topics of what's right at this case.
I believe so.
Meiril?
Yes.
That's him.
You said you knew my family?
Not personally, no, but I know of them.
Are you from Waterdeep then?
I don't come from anywhere. I go to many places. My last location was at Baldur's Gate, however, but I have spent some time in Waterdeep.
Alright. I was just a bit surprised.
It's my job to know noble families and to mingle with them. Advise them, be by their side. I don't believe I've ever been an advisor to your family myself, but perhaps had I not been here, I could have been once, in some time in the future.
Well, if we make it out alive, I'm sure either someday my sister would love to have your advice. Before I get some rest, I am just going to make sure we are safe-ish, as safe as we can be for the night. And I'm gonna cross my legs and close my eyes, and for a minute focus and use my Eyes of the Graves.
You do not sense any undead of any significance within a mile.
Good. We should not have undead problems for the night.
Well, at least we only have to worry about the living stuff.
There's still plenty of that, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
Okay. So I know Mora was on first watch, Cora was on last. Who's taking watch 2 and watch 3?
I'm taking third, as usual.
Okay. Who's on watch 2?
I'll double up on the last.
Okay.
And I'm taking second.
Okay. Which I guess lets Morana rest.
Yes.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, have some sleep.
Okay. Then, as everyone slowly retires to their tents, speaking of, what tent is Morana staying on, or did she manage to escape with her own?
She did not manage to escape with a tent.
I have
She
room in
grabbed
my
her
tent.
pack.
No, wait.
She was not the one with the carrying the tent. So
I have a tent of my own. Of course I can share it. Fucking...
Moral's trying to get in there.
No, I'm already in my tent. Wait, no, actually, no.
You're on what? I think between you have what, 3 tents, including River and Flask having their own? I'm just trying to figure out which tent everyone is in or not.
No, we have 3 tents, not
We have
including the tent that River and Flask have.
Okay.
Because River and Flask have their own. There are 2 tents in the bag of
La-gone-tah had
holding,
one. Yeah, La-gone-tah had one.
High had one.
Yeah.
and Moral has his own.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have
so you have 2 tents plus the tabaxi.
No,
3.
3.
No,
Oh,
3
3
because
because it
Moral
was in the
had-
bag of holding.
Yep.
Because Lagota's in the bag of holding.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So
Which, by the way, Moral, you might want to store your tent in the bag of holding rather than lugging it around.
yeah. So
I suppose.
which tent is people staying in?
My own.
Like obviously the tabaxi together.
I'll have the one that Lagota left behind.
Mercy has one. Where are Cora and
that should
Angren
be the
staying?
one.
I'll go wherever's left.
Cora? Are you in with the tiefling, the half-orc, or the half-elf? Ray?
Where, right?
Maybe she's lagging.
Ray, you are muted if you're trying to talk.
That could also be the case.
Put her in the one on the left.
That works.
Good. Okay. Cora's in with Moral. Oh,
Alright.
I'm here.
Okay. Which tent are you staying in? The one with the tiefling, the one with the half-orc, or the one with the half-elf?
Deep in thought.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, you.
Yes.
Ah. Tiefling.
Okay.
Cool.
Morana.
I guess I'll. Well, given the 2 words that I've exchanged with Mercy, I guess I'll join Meryl.
Okay. Which I guess leaves Angren with Mercy. Okay. And you settle down. First watch, a perception check from Moral, please.
Yes. Alright. Forgot about that. Right. That is. I'm just gonna go ahead. Check. That is a 10 or a 18, but I have a disadvantage still, right?
With a 10, fortunately there's nothing to notice out there. It seems like the rain might be starting up. It's a little hard to tell, but nothing happens on your watch. Second watch, you take up about 11:30 at night.
Alright. So I wake up and I go to bed and I drop dead.
So, second watch. Okay. For the first half hour, nothing happens. At midnight, however, Morana, you wake up with a quiet shriek as you hear in your mind a loud, almost deafening scream. Sounds like the voice of Braden.
Did I hear a shriek?
Yes, you will have.
I dart in and make sure everything's okay.
No. No. Something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong.
What is it? What's happened?
I heard the voice of our wizard. He was screaming. It was horrible. Did you hear it?
There was nothing aside from your own shriek, my lady.
Am I going crazy? Can I make a religion check?
Make a religion check.
Am I still exhausted?
I'll let you do it at flat.
Okay. Ooh, that's not great. What is my religion? Yeah.
Ooh, no.
That's a 10 total.
I mean, it's kind of hard to know, but you, from what you understand, you don't think that whatever is left of his soul is actually in existence anymore.
I'm sure it was just a bad dream. You should continue your rest.
I'm sorry for scaring you.
I was only worried, don't worry.
Also, please don't call me my lady. That's my sister.
I apologize.
I've been Morana for several years now. Just Morana.
Morana it is.
Thank you.
Close the tent again and head back to the campfire.
Okay. The rest of your watch passes without event.
I go to wake up Mercy, I believe it was.
Yep.
Yes.
Mercy. Your watch. There's nothing really to notice. Yeah, the rain's back, but it's weather's remaining reasonably cool. It seems like it might have actually dropped overnight, although the wind's also now starting to pick up. And final watch, which is Angren and Cora.
Okay, perception. Boom. There we go.
Jesus.
I mean, Cora, you're too distracted by the plants and thinking about the new acquisition of an albino woman, and yeah, no. Angren, you don't really see anything. And eventually the sun rises over the hot, hot, hot jungle of Chult, and you begin a new day. With one more soul that someone in the party knows devoured by the soulmonger.
Alright. I guess I slept like a rock.
We travelled to.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I'm assuming that you guys are going to try and travel at fast pace. Have already done the rolls for it.
Yeah. I don't think we're really wanting to go at a leisurely stroll without time constraints.
So
And as a
I-
note, this is that last night was night 40. Today is day 41.
So stressed out.
We're a fifth.
Okay.
A fifth to D-Day.
Yep. So I come out of bed.
You've
I
come a
stretch.
long way in 21 days.
Before coming out of the tent, I'm gonna take some time to apply both the insect repellent and another cream to my skin.
Okay. You do as such.
Anything in the traps?
Small game, maybe a rabbit or two.
Hey, breakfast.
Actually, sorry, I made that wrong. 2/5. We're 2/5 the way to D-Day.
Although, as you step over to the trap that has the rabbit in it, you take another look and that looks kind of like a rabbit, except for the fact that it has a horn. And there's two more of them watching from about 60 feet away.
Oh my gosh, that is so adorable.
God.
Is it alive or dead in the
The one in the trap is dead.
Oh no.
River looks over and goes, you caught an Umbra.
Are they good to eat?
They are...
Wait. Don't eat it, but yeah, I gotta catch this sucker, and I'm gonna see if I can catch another.
There's two more living ones.
Can I go try to catch it?
They run away as soon as you get close.
Damn. Alright, well, yep, that says it. I gotta sketch this one. Nobody eat it till it's done with the sketch.
As Rivers would say, they are... They're good eating, as much as the rabbit might be back on the Sword Coast, though stay away from the head.
What happens with the head?
Mm.
I can see
Magical
the-
horns, magical diseases, unless you want parts of you to fall off.
Right.
Can I inside check that?
Go for it. Okay, an 18 on the inside. Where's River's character sheet? Oh, River's up with you guys. There was me looking for her character sheet down in the NPCs. Nope, she's up with you guys. Okay.
She seems to be
What was it that they said about the head?
Would
The
wait,
horn makes a beautiful necklace.
No.
stay away from the head.
Yeah.
Magical horn, magical diseases.
I'm curious about the magic of the horn now.
I'm curious about magical disease.
Yeah, you tamper with that. You go ahead and do that.
River, do you know how to cook it?
Generally, cut off the head and then spit roast the rest of the rabbit might be better to be done of an evening rather than of a morning. It can be kept for a day. Maybe 3.
Imagine us what kind of magical disease? What symptoms? What fixes?
makes, as far as I've heard, makes parts of you rot off, makes you go insane, and is generally unpleasant to experience. Even the most hardy of dwarves try to stay away from Umbra.
So what you're saying is we need to confiscate that from the poor thing since it's already dead, and then we can use it for our own uses.
How about we just, I don't know, tie it to a stick and throw it at stuff?
I don't think that would be a good use. I'm just saying. I'm sure you could extract stuff out of it.
Is it possible?
I wouldn't want to try to extract stuff out
You could probably ground it up into powder.
I'll cut the head off.
of it. In the meantime,
You do as
I
such.
guess.
I love the reaction of you guys to seeing just how cute and fluffy it is.
Can I take the head?
I was going to ask if I could fashion a dart out of its horn, but by all means, you are far more experienced with this type of stuff than I.
I appreciate it. Look, I tell you what, I will let you have the horn. You're gonna use it to sketch your pretty ass anyway, so I will let you have it. I just want to sketch the head and make a good note of it, and then I will let you have it. Sound good?
I just give a bow, of course.
All right. She's gonna go off and sketch the head of this creature.
You do as
That
such.
That is interesting.
You didn't think that Chalk would have normal rabbits. The impression that River's giving, the horn itself makes the head kind of magical and dangerous to eat.
Right.
So it's dangerous
Like-
to eat, but it's not dangerous to have.
Yeah, like
It's like an ingested disease. Got it.
maybe have to save against every single disease in the book.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, please let me fashion this into some kind of dart.
Including Mad Monkey Fever.
Wow. Please fashion this into some sort of dart.
The most deadly dart in existence, and I will not want the throw.
Can I make an art?
How
Can I make?
How
Wow,
sad.
actually, never mind.
the one person who knew how to make weapons is no longer there.
Perhaps I could make an Arcana roll to see how we could actually put the magic to an offensive use. don't know.
Make an
It's up to you.
Arcana check. A
Would a nature check
disadvantage.
help as well, or no?
Nature check. Give me a nature check. If you get above a 12, the Arcana can be at flat.
Okay.
Come on.
Nature.
Put there. Alright.
Arcana's
That's a
at
good
flat.
move. My Arcana's a flat. Cool. Well, that's... I didn't establish which dice was it. Okay, this is crazy. I just rolled both at D20s at the same time. I'm stupid. Pardon me, I'll redo that.
Good job.
First one, that is a 10.
Total.
Yeah, total.
You're not sure? Maybe powdered and ingested that way?
Can I make a medicine check?
Powdered...
Hey,
Oh.
I did suggest to grind it up.
Yeah, making a powder out of it.
Ooh,
And
that
perhaps-
way we could spread it around.
And perhaps poison the food of other
Ooh.
animals
No, not other animals, other people.
that are our enemies. That,
Ah.
you know, the kind of stuff that would try to, oh, I don't know, eat us normally.
Alright, I still like using it on people. but-
Yeah, with what's been said in the 15 on medicine, yeah, you think the best way to use this would be powder it and drop it in someone's food.
Or maybe we could. I mean, if it just gets into the person, right? Maybe coat a weapon with it.
The impression you're getting, especially the impression Morana's getting, is ingested powder.
So
It's
not
just-
very useful here.
Also, Ray, you've got some background noise there.
You have a lot of background
TV.
noise. There's a TV in the background, yeah.
iPad child.
This could be still used back at home, actually.
We could use it out here. You put a trap out a little bit, put a little food on it, sprinkle that sucker on there, and wham, you could take out anything you.
That's how you get diseased breakfast.
Well, no, we're not gonna eat it. I'm talking about things that are trying to get us, like
I
the
mean-
bad stuff.
I can purify whatever we kill that way afterwards.
You can.
I'm not talking
Purify-
about that.
Purify food and drink.
Huh. That's interesting.
It's something
Only
I
if
can do.
the thing's trying to kill us. That's what we have established.
Of course.
Cora has a point.
We'll shelf this for now, I suppose.
Yeah.
We should get moving.
Yes, we should.
Alright, I'm gonna store the bag, I'm gonna store the head in my position.
Okay. Yeah. With the excitement of catching an Almirage out of the way,
Which
You-
is the fluffiest thing I've ever seen.
yeah, you break camp and begin your journey for the day.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoop.
First couple hours, first 3 or 4 hours, nothing much happens. Day passes reasonably uneventfully. You hear dinosaurs off in the distance. You spot, might be a Brachiosaurus or two in the very distance, just nomming on some trees. And then you come across what appears to be a 10-foot tall statue overgrown with vines, seeming to depict a stylized Chiltern king, which River pipes up almost and says, "Ah, a statue of Uptau in the jungle. This is highly unusual."
That is... Isn't this kind of malplaced? Like, there's no actual buildings around it. Why raise a statue out in the middle of nowhere?
Who am
I
I
was
to
going
say
to
what the tribes of the past did? And
I was going to ask if I knew anything about Uptown, then I remembered that this is Morana. No, she knows nothing.
she knows nothing.
Studying
Meryl-
foreign religions, nah.
Meiril, Morana, and anyone else who has proficiency in perception. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Ooh,
Wow.
I didn't make a crap roll.
Anyone that gets above a 15 notices what appears to be grooves carved into the stomach of the statue that form a maze.
Oh.
God damn, we're a party that all has proficiency in perception. Go us.
Jesus, Morana. Morana, can you make me an intelligence check, please?
Sure. Let me take my die that I know rolls overall well.
You have one of those.
Yeah, it just rolled me a 5, so that's a 4.
Damn.
You can't seem to see a path through the labyrinth just looking at it yourself, but you're the one that got the best look at it from where you are.
So,
Hurting my brain a little.
do I see her step up and actually look at it? Well, obviously.
I mean, that was just getting a good look at it from where she is. That's because she rolled that high in the perception.
Alright.
So, do any of you
Right.
step closer and take a look?
Maze thingy.
Is renowned for-
Considering previous experiences, I'm going to automatically assume that this thing is full of booby traps.
Make me an
So I
investigation check.
tried- Yes. I'm just gonna find my cursor. That's not very good.
Doesn't seem to be trapped.
Anybody else want to help out? I still don't trust it. Wait,
Take a look if you'd like.
I don't want to make an insight check to see if it's lying or not.
If it's lying or not.
This is the only other time I will allow it for this particular thing. Okay, doesn't seem to be trapped.
Can I detect magic, please?
I was actually not being serious even, so I'm not gonna.
Within 30 feet, You have to step a little bit closer to get the statue in range.
Yeah, I
Is there
will.
is there anything organic on it?
It's covered in vines.
Uh,
Hang on. You step closer with the detect magic, and there's an aura of enchantment with the maze. Now you're a little closer to the maze. Can you make me an intelligence check, please?
Intelligence. Just right, intelligence.
Yep.
I don't think we have any intelligence-based people in our family.
Nope.
Nope, you can't see a path through. This is not a hard DC.
I could check it up. I mean, I don't have it.
Cora
Careful, it's magic, people.
It is.
was Cora wanting to do something?
Well, do you see any sort of patterns or anything? Or is it just a big blob of light?
I mean, it looks like a maze. But sorry, Cora, what were you wanting to do?
I was just gonna see if she saw anything nature-esque on the statue, or that could help in the way the vines were growing on it, or
The vines are
Yeah.
growing around this maze.
can I do a nature check to see if they're manipulating the maze, or moving, or magical like the other ones were?
Make me a nature check. Also, you still have the background noise.
I don't know.
It's a little hard to tell. It might be the maze manipulating the vines rather than the other way around.
Okay.
So, I'm actually just, you know what? I'm gonna go up to the maze and have a look at it.
Okay. Again, now we're closer. Can you make me an intelligence check, please?
Yes, I can. That is a check. First one. That is a 4. That's kind of embarrassing.
We are all stupid today.
You can't see a path through the maze. You keep getting lost in some of the twists and turns. You think you get close, and then suddenly you realize, nope, that's a dead end.
Are you simply
I give
trying
up.
to find a route?
Yeah, that's kind of what. I'm sorry, I get distracted easily.
Take a look.
Make me an
Come
intelligence
on.
check.
I'm getting really distracted. I'm like trying too hard.
Yep, you are trying too hard.
How about we sod this? I mean, wait. Oh. Didn't that snake lady say something about a god who likes mazes?
That is Uptown.
The
Well,
god
then
this
we're-
statue is of.
Hey,
Oh,
can
yeah,
I
well,
make an intelligence check with a flask of wine?
Go for it.
We need it at this point.
Hey, flask of wine is much smarter
The
than us.
Flask steps up and says, I think I can see a path here. How are you
You do?
not able to... Yeah. God, I can't do the river-esque accent. Why was it not river you did it with?
Because I had flasks.
Fuck
I
it.
can try river if you want me.
Please. Yeah, rivers used to. Ah, yes, I see it as well. Simply trace this way, this way, this way, back down this way, around this well here, and done. And as she does that, you see a faint blue aura around the hand that drew the path. And she takes a look at it. And just sort of puts her hand down to her side.
What was that?
Uptat's favour. His mark has appeared on the back of my hand. I did not believe the rumours, but apparently they're true.
Did I see the path that they traced out?
Make me another intelligence check.
Do I get advantage because I saw her do it?
make me the check. There we go. Now you can see the path. But with watching her do it and taking another look at it, you can now see the path through.
Huh.
And trace it as well?
Same aura appears, although this time it appears fainter, and if you've still got the detect magic up, the aura of magic has now gone out of the statue. Meiril and River now have the ability to once cast Find the Path as an action with no components required, by tracing the same pattern with his or her finger. Once used, this ability goes away.
Very nice, okay. That should be good.
Huh. Okay,
That
so
was
that's
weird.
pretty fantastic. Right.
And yeah, the mark of Ubtao has appeared on the back of your hand, Mal.
Guess I can add that to the other tattoo. I bet this one fades though.
You're starting to look a little bit more like my cousin. He's a little bit of a rebel, you know.
That's Ubtao's symbol, by the way.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about tattoos.
I usually don't try to come across as the rebel type.
No, but you're getting a little bit more intense there. Looks good.
We should continue moving.
Yes, we should.
With Ubtao's favour bestowed, you continue on your journey.
You know, I watched both of you trace it, but I still don't see it.
Mazes are weird in here, I swear.
And your guides lead you along. Yeah, no, she does not get lost in the slightest. Your guides lead you along towards the River Taff, and eventually night falls and you make camp.
Oakley dokily.
I can take a watch tonight.
You don't need to.
You can keep me company if you want to. I don't
Oh.
mind.
I'll do that then.
I won't be very talkative though. I'll be keeping my eye out.
You
That's
say
alright.
that, but no doubt you'll end up keeping me up all night through your watch.
I'm sorry, what? I actually did not hear what you said.
I said you say that, but no doubt you'll be keeping me up through your watch with how much you talk.
So, is Morana taking a watch tonight, did you say?
Yes, she's sharing first watch with Moral.
Okay.
And at the start of her watch, she will Eyes of the Grave.
Yep. Again, you detect no undead of any significance within a mile.
Reassuring Moral.
Okay. And as day 41 draws to a close, can I get the perception checks in the first watch, please?
Yes.
Yep.
Hold on separately.
14.
Any other watches, by the way?
14 and
Working on it.
I'll take third as usual.
I think
I'll
Meryl's on
take the
second.
last one if somebody could roll for me, please.
Yeah, I'll be able to work with
I
it.
think
That
Meryl's
will-
on
that will
second, and what, Angren and Cora last again?
Okay.
Okay. You don't see anything. You started the watch about half an hour later last night. Well, tonight than last night. You don't really see anything. It looks like the rain's continuing, though the wind has now died off again. Right at the end of your watch, right as it comes round to midnight, everyone in the party except for Morana, you wake at midnight with small shrieks of your own as you hear the gut-wrenching scream of La-gone-tah in your mind. And Moral, with you awake, you can't help the scream that you let out hearing that noise in your mind at midnight.
Are you alright?
I don't know.
Morana, you just heard shrieks from every single tent around you.
Can I make another perception check to try and find a threat?
Go for it.
I mean, I know what's happening. That's a natural 19, so 26.
You don't see any threat, although you remember waking up in similar circumstances last night.
I think.
What?
Wait.
What
make an
did you
insight
hear?
check? Do I make an insight check to see if I know what the heck that was,
Or
is it something else?
would Morana or Meiril have told the rest of the party what happened last night?
Morana probably not.
I wouldn't have.
Okay. Make me an insight check, then.
That is a nat 18, and I think I have.
I mean, you've heard Death Curse, you've heard Eating Souls, you heard La-gone-tah.
Yeah, that's
Rip
22
La-gone-tah.
total.
Rip La-gone-tah Soul?
I think I know what that was. I was already kind of prepared for that, so yeah. I'm gonna need a cup of tea. Do you want some tea?
Sure.
I'll
Do you
make
want to
some
talk
tea.
about it?
I don't think talking about it's gonna change.
Meiril,
anything.
it's coming up to your watch. Asshole.
It only lasts 10 minutes.
In fact, at midnight, it pretty much is your watch.
I'm still gonna stay up and drink my tea.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna stay up for much longer, like say half an hour. So I
Yeah.
guess.
Do you end up talking about it?
No, not really. Like very briefly in that case. Like I know what happened, kind of thing, and let's just try to move on from it. I guess
I'm sorry
I
for
just
your loss.
don't worry about it.
I guess I'll
Uh,
go wake up Meryl for his watch.
Yeah, do it. By the way, I was
Yes?
probably the one with the least emotional attachment to that one. She was cool, but you know, me being me.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. And yeah, you head into Meryl's tent to try and wake him for his watch, and it's a little harder than you'd expect it to be, probably because of the spell he fucking cast.
You start miming to yourself, like trying to say, "Hey, Meryl." Nothing happens.
I'll shake his shoulder a little.
It's in these kinds of situations, Morana, that you just shake his tent or kick him.
Well, it's also my tent, so
Okay, just kick him. Vigorously. Come on.
I open my eyes and see Morana. Give a solemn nod. Get up.
I
Get
give
out.
us a small squeeze on his shoulder before he leaves.
I mime the words "sorry" and then head out.
To where I sit.
And in the peaceful silence, or not even hearing the insects or anything, I go to sleep. Reaping the rewards of Meryl's spell.
You fine, city boy?
He sort of puts his hands together in like the praying format, but just separated. I'll be okay. And you?
I don't think there was anything to be worried about in the first place. I mean, we got along, but I rarely try to make friends. Allies, sure. I'm not that.
I just pull the sleeve down and show the tattoo that I've already showed him once before on the lower forearm. The half a symbol ago. I understand in that boat. Just pull my sleeve back up.
Yep.
She
You
was
want
an
some-
interesting half-orc though.
To say the least. You want some tea?
I would love some, thank you.
I'll heat some tea up.
And you my own mug.
I take the mug and I wait you to pour water into it,
Which I do so.
and after which I just set my hand ablaze.
You are incredibly convenient for this.
I get that a lot.
We've been having tea for a while, so I guess
Yeah,
we do.
is it just hot water? Point.
As a matter of fact, yeah, I mean, if you pick the right leaves and we have Cora with us, I'm pretty sure we can make our own tea.
True
I'm
enough.
a ranger and druid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the flavor and fun.
Yeah.
But posh.
Alright, it's boiling now. Watch it, it's hot.
I have had tea before, thank you. But you should get your own rest. I've got this watch, don't worry.
I'm gonna finish my own tea first.
Meryl, can you make me your perception check, please? I mean, you start your watch as Morana eventually goes to bed, and there's nothing really much to see, although the last scream of La-gone-tah is still in the back of your mind.
Once my watch is done, I'll go wake up. Was it
Mercy.
Mercy? I forgot if it was Mercy or Cora that had the next watch. I'll go
Mercy,
wake up
Cora's
Mercy.
last.
I'll nod solemnly at Meiril before taking my watch.
You do as such. And
Just before I go back to my own tent. Do you want to talk about it all?
Nothing to talk about.
Very well.
I see that my eternal death is really hitting you all so hard.
Well, you know Meiril.
People die, it's what they do.
Hey, you think that you don't know if Meryl was telling the truth or not. Meryl might have to keep up with... Huh? Oh god. Meryl might have to just keep up appearances. Oh, we're all family here. If it helps to talk about it, you know where to find me.
Indeed. Get some rest.
Thank you. I give a nod and head into my tent to rest.
okay. Yeah, Mercy, your watch passes again without event.
And I'll wake up. Who was it? Cora
And Angren. Yep.
Yeah.
So, someone needs to roll for Cora.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, yep.
Bada bing!
Bada boom.
Yep. Fortunately, nothing of interest happens during Cora's watch, and there's no wind and just a light bit of rain today. However, the temperature has gone up from what it was. The last couple of days it's been hovering around the 30 Celsius mark. It's going back up to 36 today. Okay.
Again, slabbering my skin in the morning.
Yep.
So that I don't burn to death.
Yep. Sun rises over the jungle.
come out of my tent, stretch, yawn. Is everybody else awake?
Well,
Yeah.
Ma, I would be awake,
Yeah.
and she would have that creature's head on a stake, and she's sketching it as everybody's waking up.
That's
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, you will have had the omelette for dinner last night.
Yeah.
It was very tasty.
Oh, that's convenient.
I'll spend this morning sparring with a tree. I'm using it as basically a training dummy for my punches and strikes. And
That
kicks.
poor tree. What did it ever do to you?
Umbra likes hitting trees, apparently.
It's the only thing aside from you guys, and none of you are. I don't.
I'm not very good at it, no. But you can spar with my spells if you want.
You know, I could take offense to that. Don't damage that tree too much.
You really are a true tree hugger. I thought that whole stereotype about druids wasn't true.
Meiril,
You're pointlessly hitting a tree for no reason. Would anything be more aggravating to someone who respects nature that you wouldn't know that, city boy, would you?
Sort of
Meiril, just do push-ups. The tree doesn't particularly punch back, anyway.
It's very true, but it's more about my own accuracy that I'm practicing than damage.
Well, if you want accuracy, we could do that. Oh, I have an idea. I use my cantrip Mage Hand and I hover it in front of him. Try to punch that.
Alright, I spend the morning sparring with a mage hand.
You
Well,
do
you
as
want
such. It's
What an accuracy.
it's an interesting training partner, but eventually everyone wakes up enough to break camp and begin the journey for the day.
And I mean, like, hey, you get to practice your punches, I get to practice my spells.
Very true. Indeed, an equal arrangement.
Yeah.
And Cora gets to have the knowledge that I'm no longer hurting her nature.
I don't see any problem with that.
You guys begin your journey for the day?
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
You begin your journey, and unerringly, River leads you. She actually leads you to the southeast, as going straight south will lead you into the gorge. About 1 o'clock in the afternoon, a Tasker Hackler proper comes into sight. And let's just pull up the description. This river canyon, for most of you, is a wondrous sight. The cliff walls, which range from 50 to 200 feet high, are lined with row upon row of coral. It's all dead, but retains its rainbow colours, making the canyon into a breathtaking pseudo-underwater seascape. Mixed in amongst the corals are intact skeletons of giant sharks, pliosaurus, and other sea creatures. For context, the pliosaurus is this.
Yeah.
They're pretty big.
I turn to Cora and Mercy. Is this water safe to
Traverse is the word you're looking for?
traverse or bathe?
You seriously thinking about taking a bath?
We have been in these woods for how long now?
Cora is about to piss herself laughing.
Well, I don't care about baths unless I'm going to some sort of party, which I'm not.
I mean, do you want me to check to see if it's okay, city boy? I'll do it for you if you want me to.
It would be greatly appreciated.
Alright, can somebody roll me a nature check, please?
Can I just cast create water and dump a load of water in there? Just like that, that's your shower.
I mean, it looks like a river. It looks like any other river you've seen.
How about the creatures? Are they
Is
any,
there nasties in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that
let's
you
let
can
them-
visibly see.
Okay.
Can I perception check
Can I?
for nasties?
Why did
Do I know if
Let
there's
it-
any beasts?
You have no reason to distrust Cora, but no, there's nothing you can see.
Okay, can Cora pick up a rock and throw it into the river?
Cool. It's a river. You just threw a rock in.
Did anything go after the rock?
No, there's nothing you can see in this river.
Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Exactly. I'm a woman
Can't
who
see
owns
air.
a pond
I'm
full
on
of
the same
fish.
wavelength
Throw a
as
rock
you
in
are.
there, they come after it. Thank you very much.
Can I feel any beasts?
No.
That's what she said.
We're
I mean,
good.
what?
I will. Do you mind if I at least? I won't be long.
Just go ahead, man. Just go ahead. I won't stop you.
Is there part of this river that is like in the shade
Um,
of the trees?
I
or is
mean,
it-
with all the trees on the tree line, yeah, there's easy place you can find on the bank of the river that have shade.
If you get a leech or something attached to you, I'm not gonna be the one. Actually, you know what? I think I could burn it off.
I'm gonna sit right here and watch this. Because if something comes after him, I don't want to miss the show.
I'm glad that this is all very entertaining for you.
Oh, it's
Frankly,
quite entertaining.
Frankly, I've never had an audience when bathing. This is a bit new for me, and a little bit uncomfortable.
Wow.
So I guess we're taking a short break in our travel.
Yeah, for those of you who need a break, this would be a good opportunity. So, those of you who need a break, be back here in, say, 5 past, 10 past. We can
Oh.
have a little moment here.
Okay, I
No,
was
he-
actually
he was
thinking
meaning
a
in the
break
travel.
for our characters.
Oh, yes. But yes, that as well.
I will,
Yeah, okay,
Like,
But
it
yeah,
doesn't
sure.
need everyone to be here for this.
right. I'm just gonna nod off in some shade, I guess.
I suppose this is basically a short rest, even though we don't really need it, but you know. And yeah, I will.
I'll be right
You know what? Because we're calling this a short rest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna burn 2 key points to cast darkness. Straight off, put my clothes on a tree and wade into the water, and once I'm submerged, then dispel the darkness.
Cool. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
God fucking damn it.
I will laugh so hard if you put yourself in darkness and there's nothing we can
Oh
do
no,
to help you.
the moment I got into the water, I dispelled the darkness.
You're fine.
And I bathe myself and clean myself.
I'm sure some people in the group enjoy the show. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
entirely fine. You managed to save against throat leeches. Congratulations.
God damn it.
It's a disease, not, anyway. Yeah,
And
you
I
saved.
have no idea, so I can't add that to my book.
Yep.
Can I try to skip a rock and hit with it?
Please do.
Make me a dexterity check.
I was going to say, well, if it hit me, I was going to say, this class is a projectile, correct?
Yes.
Deflect missiles?
Someone roll me Cora's dexterity check, or just make it an attack roll, ranged attack roll.
I don't think she's proficient with rocks, is she?
No.
So just a dexterity check.
Would a
Yeah.
17 hit you?
Sweet, that hits my AC. How much damage did a rock?
Improvised weapon 1d4.
So for 3 damage, I'm going to deflect missiles. For...
And she's laughing so hard. I can't believe I actually did that. That was 4 skips. I'm still pissed.
So, yeah, you hit him, but actually he catches the rock.
Damn.
And I'm going to spend a key point to throw it back.
Go for it.
Can I make an athletics check to dodge it?
Let's see if he hits you first.
Okay.
I need to check what type of Oh, it's classed as a monk weapon.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna use the unarmed strike one because it's the same.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm assuming non-lethal.
Oh yeah, non-lethal.
That hits. Oh fuck, does that hit? Roll damage?
Non-lethal.
Cora, you take 5 points of non-lethal damage from being thwacked in the head by the rock you threw at him.
She's
I
still
have
laughing.
marked it off.
I mean,
She rubs her head and she's laughing. Hey, okay, alright, for at least one day, I will not call you City Boy because that was pretty damn good.
I have quite quick reflexes. I should let you know. It's from all the trees I tend to hit.
You asshole.
I give a smirk and flip her off as the one time that I get to have fun.
Ray, would you like to spend a hit die to get that damage back up?
We're taking a short rest after, no,
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I'm gonna take that 5 damage and say fuck it and live with it. That's fine.
It's non-lethal damage, not lethal damage.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, this means the jungler just looking to kill you.
I'm at 0.5% of respect now for him.
Anyway, so eventually you finish your fun in the river, Meiril, and come back out. Probably casting darkness again, knowing you.
Yeah. I would have also spent some time meditating in meditating for the short rest to regain my key points back.
Yep. You do as such.
Okay.
And I know that...
I would, while you were bathing, I would have thrown a soap at you.
I would
Because I
also
have
caught-
that.
I would have also caught that, and I would have used it.
Okay. We don't need Moral with us at least the rest of this day, so he can just rejoin whenever. Eventually you dry yourself off, and I guess everyone gets ready to cross the river. Okay. And you cross the river.
You should,
Oh.
you should have told me we would be crossing a river ahead of time. I could have prepared water walk.
Before you get very far from the river, you come across a disturbing sight. The body of what appears to be a gnome, spit roasted and thoroughly cooked on a fire, but not eaten. You see goblin weapons laying around with some velociraptor tracks.
So very well.
Check to see where the tracks go.
We lost Frey.
Rip Ray.
I'm gonna rush to the body and just...
I'm gonna grab them and hold you back.
I'm gonna look for traps.
I'm gonna
look around.
pull him down. Pull him down. And
It's not them.
take 10 minutes to cast Gentle Repose on him, even though it serves no purpose.
Angren, you were busy trying to follow the tracks, in which, thank you, like, can you also make me a survival check, please? Morana received PM when you first saw this, which is why she reacted that way.
I'm not gonna bother looking for traps then.
Yeah, maybe a survival check, please, Angren. Tracks seem to lead a little way off to the south, so it looks more like the goblins were dragged off by velociraptors rather than ran. And, yeah, Morana do as such. you can suppose that whatever happened here, the goblins that were around have been eaten by velociraptors. Om nom nom, goblins are tasty. And yeah, Morana, you do as such.
Does anyone have a shovel?
Do I?
I think
Do
we thought
I?
it would be useless.
We have shovels in the party, but I don't think I was one of the ones that was carrying them.
Oh, sorry,
They're
mate. I was
probably
trying
in
to
the
read
bag
Gentle
at this
Repose.
point.
We have crowbars.
We'll have to cook.
I would say that between you guys in the party, sorry, I'm just trying to quickly read Gentle Repose, see what it does.
I'm sure someone has it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Lagota had one.
Well, it's in the bag then.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Gentle Repose, while it doesn't restore him to what he was before he was cooked, you can at least see some of the shape of his features.
I'm sorry, Braden. I'm so sorry.
I walk up behind her, place a hand on her shoulder. Another of your party?
Yes, his body was taken by the river, I think. There's nothing that can be done for his soul anymore, but if I cannot bury him, I'd like to at least cremate him properly. Not leave him like this.
I just look over towards Moral.
Who isn't here, I think.
I could just imagine him saying now, I can do that. It's up to you. I believe we have a shovel, we can bury him or cremate him. It's up to you. I don't know what your funeral rites are.
I would like to bury him. And of course I haven't prepared ceremony, so can't do that, but yeah, dig a shallow grave and bury his body.
You do as such, and you bury the unresurrectable corpse of Braden the wizard, who was eaten by the Soulmonger 2 nights ago.
I want to apologise without being in silence this time for saying it was probably just a bad dream. I now realise I was wrong.
It's alright. You couldn't have known. I thought it was a bad dream.
Should probably keep moving.
Yes, I'm sorry for making us waste time.
It was for a better reason than mine. Alright, to the others.
Let's go.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Yep, you continue on for the rest of the day, Morana assuming in subdued quiet, having just seen the cooked body of her party wizard, and
Yep.
eventually move a little way away from River Taff and make your camp.
Hello?
Hi?
Okay, you
Cut out at
kind
the
of
end.
you cut out, yeah.
Okay. What I said was, you move on. I'm assuming Morana in subdued quiet, having just found the cooked body of party wizard,
Mhm.
and eventually make camp for the night. A little way away from the River Taff, about before you'll turn south towards Hrakama. In fact, I rolled 3 1s and 3 2s when I did my 62 rolls earlier, so you'll be moving at 3 a day after this.
Wow.
Anyway, so you make camp.
Same routine.
I'm watching those tiles disappear.
Shush. I'm doing it for my own sanity.
I know.
I just
I'll-
have really good vision, and I'm just mapping it. I've got 50-mile vision. Being,
I'm doing it for my own sanity because having the map be blocked in the region you're going to frustrates me.
I'll do the last watch again.
I'll take the first watch again and again do my Eyes of the Grave.
Yep, again,
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome
and I'm
back.
sorry
Welcome
for
back.
being late. I accidentally
right.
locked myself out.
nice.
Somebody was kind enough to let me in.
Does someone want to sum up for your benefit what you found after the river bathing incident?
After the river bathing incident, we found the dead body of a member of my party in the process of being cooked, and looks like the goblins that were cooking him were dragged off by velociraptors.
Well, good for them, I guess.
And you don't detect any undead within a mile.
Cool.
oh, and when they say part of the river incident, it's because Cora threw a rock at Meiril. Meiril caught it and threw it back and hit her.
So you say Morana's taking first watch tonight.
I'll double with her.
Okay. That leaves third watch open. I'm assuming Meryl's taking his usual second.
I can take whatever's left.
Was I assigned to any?
You were
You
not.
haven't been yet.
Okay.
Which one are you taking, Moral?
I'll go first, if that's okay.
First has been
That's all-
claimed
that's-
by
oh.
2 people.
Yeah,
All
there's
right,
already
so-
2 people in first watch.
Okay, so I'll guess I'll do second.
Alright, take third. Unless Angren and Cora want to take third.
I guess we can do 2 people on some watches.
What about
Okay,
River Mist and Flask of Fire? They can double up with people. And then we have 2 on each shift at all times.
I'd
they
rather our
can.
guides not be tired.
They still get the effects of a long rest like we do though.
Okay.
This is what I meant about the the die that rolls overall well.
Phew.
I rolled another natural 19 on it.
Yeah, Morana, for the majority of your watch, you don't notice anything. It seems that the rain's picking up a little bit, but right as it rolls around to midnight again, you again can't help the scream as you hear the voice in your mind of Vinna. Well, the scream in your mind of Vinna.
Really?
Sorry. I killed Sarah.
Guessing she's getting used to it by now. Like, just another one.
Ba, 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 ch, ba, da, ba,
I'm
ba,
watching
ba.
Morana the whole time.
It's at midnight, and yeah, you've noticed this
Yeah.
reaction. Actually, how would Morana react? Beyond the involuntary scream.
Just bit of shock, silence, a long sigh.
Another one?
Yeah. Our bard.
God, Mercy has no heart. She just laughed at the fact that Bard.
Yes.
No, that's Manon laughing.
Yeah.
I know. poking fun.
At least for now,
Hey,
it's
someone
not my
did
brother.
someone did hit me.
At least for now, it's not my brother.
You should have protected them. I'm gonna
Wow.
wake up the next watch.
Mercy has no fucking chill.
That
No
is
mercy,
savage.
mercy.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Morana is kind of shocked.
I'm getting up and waking up. Who is it? Meiril?
Moral.
Moral.
Meiril.
I'll be right there.
The more devilish of the brothers.
Morana's
I'll
probably
kick him.
still sitting there.
I come out and I guess I spot Morana and I'm like, hell, you're just still doing that.
Your companion is... Not... Not the most compassionate person in the world, is she?
Well, she doesn't particularly live up to her name, no.
I guess I should get some rest.
Yeah, you do that. Probably need it. And I sit down to have my watch. Am I lagging out?
Nope, I hear you, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Good at your perception check.
Yes. And since I don't trust the RNG anymore, I'm gonna roll by hand. And that is a total of 21.
21. Yeah, you don't notice anything during your watch.
Even before something got a 22 on their sneak check.
Nope. Nothing interesting
works.
happens, and you wake up Meiril.
Still,
Unless
that surprised
Morana
me.
woke you up earlier.
Well, I wake up Meiril. Hey, Meiril,
Mm.
it's your turn.
Alright. Righto.
Don't notice anything during your watch.
Alright. I will wake up. Was it Cora and Angren? Just Angren? Just Cora?
I think it's the both of them.
Any noticeable weather changes, by the way?
Weather for today. Rain's
And now, the
intensified.
weather.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
rain intensive.
Rain's intensified a little bit. There's a little bit of wind.
Okay.
And I want to give you DM inspiration just for that, Mia.
I missed that. I took my
I'll
headphones
take it.
I think you're gonna need it.
off.
Wow.
I've woken up Cora and Angren.
So, Cora and Angren's perception checks for final watch of the night.
Even before another tropical storm.
Jen, you don't notice anything interesting overnight, and you rise the following day as the sun rises over the jungle.
Yeah, and I come out of my tent, I yawn, and I go, breakfast. I start making tea.
Indeed. Morning ritual, the traps, breaking camp, breakfast, tea.
Nothing in your camps at once.
Was that?
Oh, nothing in your traps again.
Probably come out of my tent still finishing rubbing some cream on my hands.
I'm still shocked at what Mercy said.
Yeah, Morana's probably avoiding looking at Mercy.
Oh, great, we're gonna have internal battles.
I'm still watching her.
If you want us to roll initiative for this.
Nah. I'm gonna roll at a disadvantage because I'm distracted with breaking camp.
Yeah, you
That's
don't notice the tension between the half-orc and the albino human.
Suppose we should get a move on. We're still quite a few days away from Arakama.
Yeah, we are. Let's get to it.
And River and Flask lead you straight south today, and nothing happens during the entire day, and you end up making actually really good pace.
Huh.
As a note, since we are not entirely in the jungle itself, it seems like more open skies.
Kind of a
try to-
plateau-ish.
Yeah, I kind of try and stay as much as possible in whatever shade there is.
Noted. Yeah, you can find you sometimes have to dash from cover to cover. You can just about stay in shade the whole time.
I mean, I put on my cream to protect myself, so it shouldn't be too
Fair.
bad, but
Still uncomfortable.
reflexes still uncomfortable.
Okay, and
Because
eventually,
I looked it up after making my choices, that albino people are actually pretty sensitive to sunlight. Strange, right?
Very strange.
but yeah, eventually make camp again at the end of the day. Nothing happened in terms of random encounters.
Okay. First watch.
I'll take whatever's left.
Third.
Second
I'll do
it is.
second this time. Oh, well, I'll do last then. You can do second.
Alright, by all means, you take second. I'm flexible.
And Morana?
I'll double with Cora.
On second, okay.
Angren, do you want it next?
I'll always go last or first as armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll join Angren on fourth.
Okay. Perception check for first watch, please.
And that is a solid 21.
Okay. Seems like rain staying about the same amount it was. Actually, weather pretty much identical to yesterday. It's slightly warmer. Pretty boring apart from that.
So I guess I just try to entertain myself a little bit.
Before going to bed, I would have done my thingy.
Yes, again, you don't detect any
Yeah.
undead.
Yet. Right.
Check what's coming up ahead.
So, after my watch, I go into my tent and I poke at Cora and I was like, hey, 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 hey,
What?
it's your turn.
No shit, Sherlock.
Let's go do your thing.
Second watch perception check, please.
Bada bing.
Bada boom. Nothing
I-
interesting happens.
That's a good thing, because I was doubling up with her and I rolled a nat 1. It's still an 8,
Wait,
but it's
yeah.
a nat 1.
Yep. Nothing interesting happens during your watch, and for once, you don't hear a scream in your mind.
I mean, it's Cora.
I mean, what?
We're doubling up on our watch, so I'm just gonna assume that you're gonna be talking.
Probably
Oh,
at
yeah.
Morana the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Just asking her a bunch of stupid, weird questions while she takes the sketch out and starts making little changes to it.
You're rather good at that.
Well, yeah, because when you're trying to study certain things, if you don't have certain spells you can capture, you gotta draw. So I have been doing this since I was like knee-high to a crocodile, and so that's why I kind of can sit there and really study how to do like the certain things. Now, when I meet certain people, I usually don't sketch them, but you are different. So you are one of only 3 people I've ever sketched. I have you know.
But, take the compliment.
Meryl, if you had that, you'd probably be like, is this thing on? Is it still working? Umbra, did you get my PM there? Okay. Yeah, nothing happens during the watch. Third watch, perception check.
Oh.
Well, aren't you lucky that nothing interesting happens? Probably too distracted with how much of a dick you were to Morana.
Good reason for that.
Although, you do notice that as you're just doing some maintenance on some of your stuff, it seems like some of your arrows have been rearranged in the quiver. 1 or 2 of them have a couple of green bands on them that you certain weren't there before.
Okay. Do I know where that is?
Make me an insight check.
There.
Something has messed with your stuff? Why and what? You don't know?
Okay.
Tears down the camp. Alright, which motherfucker touched my shit?
It sounds like mercy.
I'll try and sort out what is still usable and
Oh, it's
what
all
is
still
not.
usable. It's just been rearranged, had little green bands painted on it, stuff like that. Cosmetic changes.
I'm good.
Almost like a prank.
Almost.
Final watch.
Myself and Angren. I'm glad Angren was with me.
Okay. Meryl, you're a bit distracted by the fact that your weapons appear to be in the wrong holsters.
What? I have a short sword and a clip of darts. How does that get rearranged?
Well, somehow the darts have ended up in the short sword sheath, and the short sword has somehow ended up in the dart sheath. And it looks like your short sword has had a green band painted around the base of it, and a couple of your darts have turned green.
Since, like, this was in my tent, I've been putting my stuff on and seen it and just looked down at Morana,
Who is sleeping?
who is sleeping. Why?
Wow, the assumptions!
I go outside to Angren, still like not actually putting the belts or anything on, just like holding them in my hands and look like a why?
That
what?
looks pretty cool.
You notice as you step outside, one of Angren's shoulder plates appears to be green.
I just point with one finger to his shoulder plate.
Yeah, I saw this one putting it on children, well, whatever. I just like try and rub it off.
Yeah,
With,
I'm gonna.
like, a leaf on the floor.
Doesn't rub off. Even the water doesn't wash it off.
I throw it away.
What, the pool?
I'm joking.
Yeah. Noted.
I have a a bunch of weapons too.
Can I see anything around the camp which would have done this?
Make me a perception check.
Oh, well, I just rolled good. Now I'm gonna roll bad.
I believe in you. Okay.
You don't notice anything.
I'm gonna just rearrange my stuff.
Twitch chat is enjoying this because they know what's going on.
I'm pouring out all the darts from my short sword holster, clipping them into the belt.
Like, and somehow the short sword got rearranged into your dart holster and doesn't seem to have damaged it. You swear just a moment you can hear stifled giggle in the distance at the edge of camp.
Which direction?
I quickly throw a
Can we
dart
see
in direction.
anything?
Do you really?
I do. It's probably going to be a disadvantage.
I watch for
Attack
anything
the
that runs
dark.
away.
Make your attack roll against the darkness.
Nice.
Holy cow. That's actually good.
Can you roll damage for me, please?
You killed something!
You just hear a shout in your mind in a language you don't actually. Well, what languages does Meiril speak?
Elvish and Sylvan.
You hear a shout in your mind in Sylvan say, "Oi! Fine then, I'll be taking my leave."
What? Come out! What? It's gone.
Looking up, you then notice a tiny dragon is floating in the air above you, and it.
Is it the fairy dragon?
Yes, it is.
I love fairy dragons!
And it might be sticking its tongue out at you. And also appears to have a rather painful injury on its side from your dart.
I have like the biggest shrug of like, and the what face, as my eyes just follow the fairy dragon.
I just wave at it. Like,
I've always
hello?
wanted to use one.
Oh my gosh, and I'm missing out on this, what the heck?
Same.
I mean, I got fucking...
I say, Sylvan, I'm sorry, but never mind.
Did you do this to my armor?
So fun fact, it can't speak common.
No, but I can speak flippin' Draconic.
This is also I'm gonna say violet. It's a green fairy dragon.
I would have apologized to it in Sylvan because it's even despite having a dart.
Yeah, I'm slightly modifying its limited telepathy. Otherwise, it just couldn't communicate to you at all. You know, I was just pranking you. You know, I was going to see you having a little bit of fun in the mornings. It seems like you needed, but no, you decide to attack me. I see how it is.
I pat the ground next to me, apologize once more, and go, this jungle is full of dangers. I need to be on my guard at all times. I didn't mean to cause you any harm for your harmless prank.
Come here, I'll kill you.
Oh my gosh.
I portray what Angren says to it in Sylvan.
Are we all still sleeping?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Dragon turns invisible and then appears on your shoulder, Angren.
Oh, wait for me.
Okay, you managed to heal the injury of the dart.
We'll just like stroke the back of its neck while doing cure wounds.
It kind of shies away.
Well, it's a touch after touch it to cure it.
True. And then
We're just being gentle and nice about it.
you hear that same stifled giggle as it flutters back into the air. And Meiril, you hear, "I'll be back once you're awake if people are in a better mood about my tricks than throwing darts at me." And it turns invisible again.
apologise once more with a small chuckle.
I wish I knew what it was saying so I could slap him around the face for throwing a dart.
I can't believe you actually managed to hit that.
With disadvantage.
AC 15, yo.
I tell
Wow.
Angren that it might be back.
You're lucky that this thing... You're lucky enough to say this thing has the disposition to go, ugh, if you're in a good mood, I might come back, rather than, fuck you, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I love fairy dragons.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. Anyway, but the rest of your watch passes without incident, and yeah, Moral. Somehow your dagger has ended up in with your arrows, and one of your arrows has ended up where your dagger was.
I wait, and okay, so I see this and I'm like, how did anybody fit an arrow in my dagger sheath? And how is... I just stumble
Wait,
out
is
of my
Cora in the
tent
same tent?
As
with
people
both these things in my hands, and I'm like really confused. It's like,
Has anything happened to Morana stuff?
how did...
What does Morana have again?
She has a rapier, she has a crossbow, she has a longbow, she has a shield.
The beak of the raven symbol on your shield appears to have turned green. And
Everything's just
and your rapier has ended up in your quiver.
How? I'm still scratching my head. Do I make an Arcana roll or something like that?
I'm gonna make a religion roll about my shield.
Go for
Cora's
it, both
gonna-
of you.
Cora's gonna yell at the tiefling to
That's
shut the
it.
F up. What's going on?
Non-natural 20.
That you've been pranked.
Okay, hold on. Let me just.
And Cora,
It's not going to do anything to the power of the symbol or anything.
and Cora, it couldn't really do anything to your stuff. It's already green.
So that's why again, she's like, what are you freaking out about?
Moral, you've been pranked.
Right.
No hunch about anything of what it could have been.
No.
Not a slightest. Okay,
No.
gotcha.
I guess you step outside and find Meiril still outside, apparently with a small green dragon on his shoulder.
That's new.
Okay, so I speak to the dragon in Draconic. Wait, so this was you?
No reply.
No,
I just
no.
give a,
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw?
I believe it's a
Okay.
wisdom save for minor illusion.
investigation.
Oh, okay. Make me investigation check then.
Alright. Let's see. Where do I have that?
What's your spell DC, Umbra?
Where the heck? There it is.
Good question. Let me find.
Doesn't
That is
matter.
bad.
You still believe it to be real.
It's
that's-
plus 2. No, at this point plus 3 plus your wisdom. 8 plus 3 plus your wisdom.
13.
Okay. I mean, Moral still thinks it's real.
And I'm just looking at him confused about whatever he was saying because I don't understand Draconic.
Cora crawls out of the tent and starts looking. Oh, that's new. Hold on
What?
a second. She crawls back in to the tent and grabs her notepad.
Moral, you notice as this is going on, another small green dragon has appeared fluttering behind the head of Meiril, and you hear a, "It's a trick." And then the other dragon disappears again. I think 13 is your spell DC?
Yep.
Yep. The dragon for you on his shoulder goes see-through.
Did
Cora
I
comes
just...
back out. She's just like, wait, where'd it go? Why'd y'all scare it off?
Oh, no,
Do I
there's
still
there's still a dragon on my shoulder.
I can just see that
Another
it's
one.
an illusion because I beat the DC.
And Moral has now been told that it's a trick.
Yeah.
That thing is fluttering around our camp at the moment, and was also the reason why everything is green. I just decided to make
Wait,
my own
stuff is
glow
also
lamp.
green?
Wait. Why are you also what? My
Oh, yeah.
stuff's already green.
Yeah, Angren's shoulder pad has turned green. A couple of people got green bands around the arrow. Stuff has been rearranged.
I pull out some of my darts that I've painted green.
Okay, so I guess now we're also camouflaged. Cool.
No, y'all are also amazing because that's what my stuff is. So, thank you, Dragon. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I hope the Raven Queen has a sense of humor.
I really do hope that my short bow is untouched.
You've got about 20
There's a couple of
seconds.
green bands around the ends of the short bow.
Okay, this is it. That's it. Okay, this dragon needs to come here right now and get rid of this green band here.
I mean, it's just color.
I turned to Claude.
Yeah, on an object that I cherish very deeply.
You just hear a mental raspberry.
I'm here. Did you just say I hear a mental raspberry?
You know,
Translation issue, I believe.
yeah, that.
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 There you go.
One at a time, please.
It's the word for when you go
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
like sticking your tongue out and
Oh,
making a
okay.
noise.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It
how
is-
about
it
if I
is
say
called a raspberry.
Translation issue.
yeah, translation issue.
We
That
don't
is-
call that like a fruit. We don't call that at all, actually.
At all, yeah.
yeah, either way. Okay, so I am. It's a drake. I'm going to assume it knows Draconic. I'm just gonna say, if I say please, then
Meryl, what are you saying? No, what? The moral.
I'm s-
What are you saying?
Uh,
I thought.
You-
I thought
you
it was
just
Morana
hear-
who had problems with me.
you just hear stifled laughter and no reply. I fucking love
Okay.
fairy dragons.
Okay, I just, Meryl, I just asked if I needed to say please, and I did so, and I got a laugh. And there's still a green band on my bow, and I don't want a green band on my bow. I don't mind a green band on my dagger.
You have prestidigitation.
You can get rid of it.
I do have prestidigitation.
Yeah, I doubt this thing
But I-
speaks any of the languages I speak, so
Draconic and Sylvan.
nope.
Do I not get any advantage of the +2 charisma check I get against dragons?
I mean, you can use prestidigitation to clear it if it annoys you.
Okay, so how about this? Okay, thank you for that advice, by the way. I use prestidigitation to remove the green band from the bowl, and then I use prestidigitation to apply the same green band to my dagger.
Okay, now you actually hear mental laughter. Seems like you pleased it.
I say, Sylvan. What is it that you want around with us anyway, aside from this prank?
No reply.
I'm fairly certain you're still here.
You just hear that faint laughter again.
What kind of check would it be to know about fairy dragons? Probably not something Morana will be good at, but you know.
Probably nature.
I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, that beautiful -1.
Okay, so this dragon likes
7.
pranks, right? This dragon likes pranks, right?
Oh yeah.
I actually say it out loud.
I imagine so, yes.
Meiril's the first one to reply. I step up to him and I smile very widely, and I use prestidigitation to make his face green.
Meiril places his hands together in that same praying motion.
Oh,
Closes
you
his
don't
eyes.
even know what happened because you can't see your own face unless you have
Just
a mirror.
cast a spell right in my face. And I'm probably hearing a giggle now.
Yeah,
Oh,
you are.
You're hearing giggles.
Are
from
you
me
sure?
too.
Are you sure you're just gonna hear a giggle?
You hearing Sylvan? Us, I might say hi tonight after the grumpy ones have gone to bed. That was to you and Sylvan, Meryl.
Which ones are the grumpy ones? I still got my eyes shut and the praying hands in front of me.
The one, my shade, and the big silver one. Oh, and the one that likes nature a little too much.
How is she grumpy?
The the big silver one, I think likes you.
Big silver one, Angren.
Yeah.
The one that was actually nice to it and healed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I had completely forgotten you did that. My apologies. Then yeah, the only ones that cause grumpy are Mercy.
Definitely.
I will make sure she has first watch then.
Wow. I do kind of want to push it because there's a couple of things. Because I know the ending point for tonight's session. There's a couple of things that happen, so I do kind of want to push through the day.
In common.
All right. Well, maybe
Actually,
we should do that.
Yeah, this spell's gonna fade off anyway eventually.
Yeah, it is.
I get up to my feet, roll my shoulders a bit. Moral, what did you actually do to me?
Does somebody have a mirror on them?
I might.
Actually, you know, just go.
I don't
go
have
to-
one in my inventory, but
You'll probably have a
guess Manon
personal one.
might. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you could just look at her and you could see your own reflection, I guess.
What?
Oh wow, Jesus fuck.
I shoved my armor up to your face so you can see your.
In a lightning flash, I backhand Moral.
Worth it. Worth it. You know, people used to really like me at a party.
Oh, I'm sure you are a delight. Just watch. Just be careful who you
Charm.
Let's just go.
Yeah, let's just go.
We may have a guest following us. Just
I'm
to
not.
let you know.
I'm not surprised.
Man, I just wanted to draw it. It looked like. Were you talking to it? Can you talk to that thing? I usually can talk to things like that, but not if it's magical, because then I just don't have the ability for that.
Yes, I have studied a language that we can both speak.
Alright, so when next time you speak to that thing, can you tell him that he looks very, very pretty and I would like to draw him if he's okay with that?
I just put like hands behind my head, sort of just strolling along and just saying, repeat what I say aloud in Sylvan.
You hear what seems to be faint laughter and acknowledgement.
I think it's good for that.
And your guides unerringly lead you along. Again, there's no random encounters. Today's encounter was the fairy dragon. And eventually make camp again.
Yes. Second watch, I guess, then.
Cora's gonna do last watch.
Yes, you should get some rest. Perhaps first watch would be good for you this time around.
Sure, I'll
Wait.
take it.
So, quick, before Cora goes to bed.
Can I inside? No, I won't.
No,
I'll take first watch.
Alright, before Cora goes to bed and she sees like Mercy taking the first watch, she kind of walks up to her and she's got like some food with her and she just hands it to her and she's like, maybe you're hungry because I notice you're all kind of grumpy, but you're not you when you're hungry. So here, you can have this. And she gives her like some food and pats her on the head. That's my
Oh.
good deed for the year. So there you go. And walks away from her.
So, how are the watches
I
being
missed all of
distributed
that.
tonight?
I missed all of that.
Right.
She
Oh, yeah, you
pats
can
me
do
on
these.
the head.
Aww.
That's almost a taunt.
No undead within a mile. You're close to the border, but not at the border. Yeah. So yeah, with Mercy on first watch, what's the order of the rest of the watches tonight?
Second.
I'm last.
I'll take third.
I'll take second also. Fearing
always
that
last.
I'll be awake
Let's say,
and
shiny
anyone.
boy, you
Umbra,
have
you
any
did get my
comments?
PM earlier today, right?
Yeah, but.
Okay.
Awesome. I'll pick it up next night.
Okay. So yeah, first watch perception check, please. That I think is Mercy. Okay. Nothing happens during your watch. You occasionally hear a little bit of faint laughter. That's about it. Rain's died off a little bit. Temperature's starting to go up again though. I guess about 11:30 you go to wake up second watch.
Cool.
I'm doubling up with more.
Moral. Okay.
Alright.
I'm with
And
Moral.
that is a... Oh. That's a 7.
Okay. About 10-15 minutes into your watch, once you're certain Mercy's asleep.
Well, for second watch, I'll probably be exhausted after this, but I'll take second and third.
Noted. So it's the three of you out there.
Yeah.
River volunteers to take third in your place.
Okay. I'll just take the second then.
Okay.
More for the fact of more of a party for the dragon.
About 25, coming up to 30 minutes into your watch, coming up to midnight, the dragon eventually makes itself visible in front of you. And those of you that can telepathically speak to it, hear it say, "You're going to need to pass this on for me, but since you and the silver one will be the ones in good spirits, 3 questions. I'll answer them to the best of my abilities." And as it ticks over to midnight, Morana,
Mm-hmm.
you hear Damon scream in your mind.
Two.
And that's what we're going to call it for tonight.
So what we get to ask the dragon 3 questions, and another of the souls has just gone.
Yeah, it might be my brother.
Oh, dear.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
So-
Cliffhanger.
Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the session, especially you, Morana.
Yeah, everyone I know is permanently dead.
I mean, Talia and Mushroob are still up. Ish.
Yeah.
Because you care so much about them.
I am gonna go ahead and
Okay.
guess that Morana breaks down in tears at that last try.
Probably, but you'll know that next week.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the session. Random encounters were heavy at first and then dropped off to literally just a fairy dragon, which I'm so glad that I got a chance to run. You have a week to think about what 3 questions you want to ask the fairy dragon. And
Cool.
with that, so see you next week. Thank you for coming. And as usual, if you do have feedback and you have to head off, feel free to PM me. And Stream, thank you for hanging out tonight. That was a lot of fun. And thank you for the resources I've been sent in PM.
Oh shit.
What?